Well, great. First, congratulations on being the League Offensive Player of the Week. I know that's an individual award, but I'm breaking the 24-hour rule here, but certainly a nice win against your rivals. And I'm sure as a senior, all you guys didn't want to have to eat that one for the rest of your career, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. This game really meant a lot to us and meant a lot to our fans and kind of alumni. And so to go out there and get a win like we did was huge for our program and for the state of North Dakota as well.
It's interesting, as I'm still breaking this 24-hour rule, I was really curious. I think I can count on one hand how many times I've seen a team actually, take the ball to start the game and not defer. Do you guys want the ball and make a statement early? Is that safe to say?
Yep. Just with the way the offense have been playing lately, Coach Polisek kind of made the decision that if we do win the coin toss, we'll like to receive to get out there and go score right away and just kind of set the tone for the game. And I think that was kind of mission accomplished last Saturday.
When you have a guy, I'm sure, like a Cam Miller playing the way he is too, it kind of makes an easier decision. What's it like? I mean, obviously you and Mason are senior leaders on the bookends as far as the offensive line is concerned, but having a guy in our center like that, it's a pretty special thing right now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Just the way he's been playing has been pretty remarkable, and everything he does off the field has been truly special as well. Just his leadership and his command in the huddle has been really remarkable, and just the ability to make plays outside of the pocket has been huge, and it teaches the offensive lineman every single week to keep blocking no matter what, because with a guy like number 7 back there, he can always make a play, and you probably saw it this weekend, evading that rusher and then picking up a big first down like he did. So just kind of goes to show the play isn't over till the whistle blows.
This is getting kind of deep in the woods with that, but what is that like? Because I think as on pass plays, you're kind of taught to create a pocket for the quarterback. When you got a guy who can run around, it kind of makes it interesting. I'm sure you kind of almost have to have eyes in the back of your head to make sure you're not blocking your guy into him sometimes. Or
the best way to kind of think about that is once you kind of get to that 3-4 second mark, you start looking at your defender's eyes, and it'll kind of tell you where Cam's at. So that's the best part about playing offensive line, is you have to try and be reactive, but at the same time kind of set an edge and make a pocket for Cam. But he also does a really good job of kind of his pocket presence and knowing where he's at and when he has to scramble and stuff. So having a really good QB back there like that makes a world of a difference playing offensive line.
I talked to Mason Miller going into, from fall camp, going into the start of the season, and, I think he kind of said, do you agree? I mean, just you kind of took it upon yourselves knowing that it would be some young guys getting their first experience in between you. I mean, to really take it upon yourself to have such a good year?
Yeah, I think just kind of helping guide them and show them the way this football season has been huge, and then just kind of teaching them about the ways around here and how things are done and how they're expected to do. So, but at the same time, we're there at one point in our careers too. So just remembering back of all the thoughts or questions we had is huge for us.
It's funny. It is amazing how you do kind of learn from the guys that kind of set the tone for you when you were underclassmen. Boom, here you are, a senior. It kind of flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like yesterday, I remember Cordell and Cody kind of showing us the ways of being offensive linemen here. So now to fast forward 4 or 5 years of my life, and now kind of having to be those guys, it's truly special, and it's kind of a unique spot to be in right now.
How important is that leadership? I mean, obviously the coaches are going to do it too, but you don't want to have a letdown before a game that's been now nationally televised at home, sold out against your arch rivals for the Dakota Marker and South Dakota State in a couple weeks. I mean, every game, as we know, not always a gimme in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. You're going on the road. The coaches put a lot of that on you guys too, the senior leaders? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we've been around here enough to know that every game in the Missouri Valley, you gotta respect it and you gotta earn that win. But knowing kind of what's ahead of us is huge, because you don't want to kind of have a lapse or a letdown of a game and start kind of letting those thoughts or emotions back into your head after you've been playing really good football. So I think just the senior leaders, the senior class, the upperclassmen are really kind of pushing to make sure we continue our preparation and continue preparing and respecting this week.
When you look at just kind of going into this game, as far as making sure that you have all your ducks in a row for something like that too, going on the road, your first road trip within the FCS was kind of a tough one. You guys had to find your way to get that win, and sometimes you'll hear, oh, that was a good loss to learn. Well, in a tough win, sometimes you can learn. Did you take that from the Eastern Tennessee State game? Because you guys have kind of seemed like a different football team since that game.
Yeah, that game was a roller coaster, that's for sure, but it taught us a lot of things. The main thing it kind of taught us is we're never out of the fight, no matter the score. And then kind of on the flip side of things, it shows you that if you let a team hang around and not play good football or put them away, any team can come back and win. And I think we can see that around college football nowadays, is the ability for teams with these high-power offenses to go down and score pretty quick is kind of unique. And I think the ability to learn from that, and I mean, it's always easier to learn from a tough win than it is from a good loss, because there's no such thing as a good loss, but just kind of the ability to learn from that game was huge.
A final thing for you too, I think the offensive lineman's best friend usually is the running game, and you guys have established it. I think that obviously you want to get better and better with it each and every week, but into league play here, it seems like you have kind of that bell cow that Coach Polasek wanted when Shamar Marty Brown is running well behind you, and he's got pretty good guys to spell him as well.
Yeah, I think it's a really unique situation we're in, because we have 3 to 4 really talented running backs to run behind us. I think at the same time, we just, as an offensive lineman, need to pull our weight up front and block them well and kind of get the run game going because of the talent we have behind us. So I think the weight, or the ball, is kind of in our court now to perform up front. I think Coach Larson's going to have us prepared and ready to do that.
Well, good luck this weekend on the road, and good luck in a couple weeks too against South Dakota State and for the rest of the season. A pleasure to talk to you.
Thank you very much.